Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy.
Rocco paced nervously in the living room. His heart raced, palms sweating as he rehearsed what to say. This was it, the moment he'd been building up to for months. Taking a deep breath, he walked to the bedroom where his girlfriend Mia was getting ready for a quiet night in. "Hey, Mia, can I talk to you about something?" Rocco's voice quavered slightly. Mia looked up from her book, concern crossing her face at his anxious tone. "Of course! What's up?" Rocco perched on the edge of the bed, hands fidgeting in his lap. "So, you know how I've been seeing that therapist? Well, we've been talking a lot about gender identity and, I think I'm transgender. I've felt this way for a long time, but I've been scared to say it out loud." Mia set her book aside, giving Rocco her full attention. "Thank you for telling me. That must have been really hard to share. I'm here for you, whatever you need." Rocco's shoulders relaxed slightly at her supportive words. "There's more. I want to start transitioning and living as a woman. I've chosen a new name, Aurora." A soft smile spread across Mia's face. "Aurora? It's beautiful, just like you." Tears welled in Rocco's eyes at her acceptance. "There's actually something else I wanted to ask. My friend Jess invited me to a girls' night out next weekend. I'd really like to go as Aurora, but I have no idea what to wear. Could you maybe help me pick out an outfit?" "Oh, honey, of course!" Mia exclaimed, jumping up from the bed. "Let's raid my closet and find you the perfect ensemble for your debut as Aurora." She flung open her wardrobe doors, revealing a colorful array of dresses, skirts, and blouses. Rocco, soon to be Aurora, gazed at the clothing in awe. "I don't even know where to start," Aurora admitted. Mia tapped her chin thoughtfully. "Well, what kind of look are you going for? Casual? Glam? Somewhere in between?" Aurora considered for a moment. "I want to feel pretty and feminine, but not too over the top. Something that will help me blend in and feel confident." "I've got just the thing," Mia said, rifling through the hangers. She pulled out a deep purple wrap dress with cap sleeves. "This is super flattering and comfortable. The wrap style is forgiving if you're nervous about your figure, and the color will look gorgeous with your skin tone." Aurora ran her fingers over the soft fabric. "It's beautiful. Can I try it on?" "Absolutely. I'll step out to give you some privacy. Let me know when you're ready and I'll help with accessories." A few minutes later, Aurora called Mia back in. She stood in front of the full-length mirror, smoothing the dress over her hips. "Oh, wow," Mia breathed. "You look incredible." Aurora's eyes shone with emotion as she took in her reflection. For the first time, her outer appearance matched how she felt inside. "I can't believe that's really me," she whispered. Mia squeezed her hand. "That's the real you shining through. Now, let's find some shoes and jewelry to complete the look." They settled on a pair of low black heels. "You'll thank me when you're not wobbling around all night," Mia advised. "And some simple silver jewelry." "What about makeup?" Aurora asked hesitantly. "I've never really worn any before." "No problem. I can show you some basics," Mia replied. "We'll keep it natural for your first time out, just enough to enhance your features." Over the next hour, Mia patiently guided Aurora through applying foundation, blush, mascara, and a sheer lip gloss. "There," Mia said, putting the finishing touches on Aurora's lips. "Take a look." Aurora turned to the mirror and gasped softly. The woman staring back at her was undeniably feminine, with glowing skin and eyes that sparkled with happiness. "Is that really me?" she whispered. Mia wrapped an arm around her waist. "That's you, sweetheart, the real you." Tears welled in Aurora's eyes. "Thank you so much for everything. Your support means the world to me." "I'm just so happy to see you becoming who you truly are," Mia replied, kissing Aurora's cheek. "Now, let's practice walking in those heels before your big night out." The days leading up to girls' night were a mix of excitement and nerves for Aurora. She practiced her makeup, perfecting a natural look that enhanced her features without being too dramatic. Mia helped her style her hair, showing her how to create soft waves that framed her face. As the evening of the outing approached, Aurora's stomach was in knots. What if they can tell? What if I don't pass? She fretted, pacing the bedroom. Mia gently took her hands. Hey, look at me. You are a beautiful, confident woman. Your friends already know and support you. This night is about having fun and being yourself. Try to relax and enjoy it. Aurora took a deep breath, nodding. You're right, I can do this. That's my girl, Mia said with a smile. Now let's get you dressed and gorgeous. An hour later, Aurora stood before the mirror, hardly recognizing herself. The purple dress hugged her curves in all the right places. Her makeup was flawless, with smoky eyes and a hint of gloss on her lips. Delicate silver earrings dangled from her ears, catching the light when she moved. You look absolutely stunning, Mia said, coming up behind her. How do you feel? Aurora's eyes shimmered with emotion. I feel like me, like I'm finally on the outside, who I've always been inside. Mia squeezed her hand. I'm so proud of you. You've got this. A car horn honked outside. Aurora's ride had arrived. With a final deep breath, she grabbed her purse and headed for the door. Have fun, Mia called. Text me if you need anything. The cool night air hit Aurora's face as she stepped outside. Her friend Jess waved from the driver's seat of a waiting car. Hey girl, Jess called out the window. You look amazing. Aurora slid into the passenger seat, smoothing her dress. Thanks, she said shyly. I'm a little nervous. Jess squeezed her hand. Don't be. We're all so excited to hang out with you as your true self. Tonight is going to be great. As they drove to the restaurant, Aurora's nerves began to settle. Jess chatted about work drama and celebrity gossip, treating her no differently than she always had. By the time they arrived, Aurora was feeling much more relaxed. The rest of their friend group was already seated at a table on the outdoor patio. A chorus of excited greetings went up as Aurora approached. Aurora, you look gorgeous. That dress is to die for. I'm so glad you could make it. Warmth spread through Aurora's chest at their enthusiastic welcome. She slid into an empty chair, smiling shyly. Thanks, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. As the evening progressed, Aurora found herself relaxing more and more. Her friends treated her exactly as they always had, including her in gossip and inside jokes. The only difference was using her new name and pronouns, which they did effortlessly. Over plates of pasta and glasses of wine, the conversation flowed easily. Aurora found herself laughing and joining in, any lingering self-consciousness melting away. So Aurora, her friend Tara said during a lull, how does it feel to be out with us as your true self? Aurora considered for a moment. It feels right. Like I can finally just be me without pretending or holding back. I was so nervous, but you've all made me feel so welcome and accepted. Of course, Jess exclaimed. You're our girl no matter what. We love you for who you are. Tears pricked Aurora's eyes at the heartfelt words. I love you guys too. Thank you for being so amazing. After dinner, the group decided to hit up a nearby karaoke bar. As they walked the few blocks, Aurora marveled at how natural it felt to be out in public as a woman. No one gave her a second glance. She was just another girl on a night out with friends. The karaoke bar was dim and crowded, music thumping through the speakers. Aurora's friends quickly commandeered a table near the stage. Who's singing first? Tara called over the noise. Aurora should go, Jess suggested. It's her big debut night after all. Aurora's eyes widened. Oh, I don't know. Come on, it'll be fun, her friends encouraged. We'll all sing backup for you. After some gentle prodding, Aurora found herself on stage, microphone in hand. As the opening notes of I Will Survive filled the bar, she took a deep breath and began to sing. At first, her voice was hesitant and quiet, but as the song progressed and her friends cheered her on, Aurora's confidence grew. By the chorus, she was belting out the lyrics with gusto, strutting across the stage in her heels. When the song ended, the bar erupted in applause. Aurora's face hurt from smiling so wide as she rejoined her friends at their table. "That was amazing," Jess squealed, pulling her into a hug. "You totally rocked it up there." The rest of the night passed in a blur of laughter, more karaoke, and dancing. Aurora lost herself in the music and the joy of being surrounded by supportive friends. For the first time in her life, she felt truly free to be herself. As the bar began to clear out in the early morning hours, the group decided to call it a night. They piled into an Uber, still giggling and recapping the evening's highlights. "This was seriously the best night ever," Aurora said as they neared her apartment. "Thank you all so much for making me feel so welcome and accepted." "We love you, girl," Tara said, squeezing her hand. "This is just the beginning of many amazing girls' nights out." When the car pulled up to her building, Aurora's friends enveloped her in a group hug before she climbed out. She waved as they drove away, her heart full of love and gratitude. Mia was waiting up when Aurora entered the apartment, curled up on the couch with a book. "Hey, you," she said with a soft smile. "How was your night?" Aurora flopped onto the couch beside her, kicking off her heels with a contented sigh. "It was absolutely incredible. I've never felt so me." Mia pulled her close, pressing a kiss to her temple. "I'm so happy for you, love. You deserve to feel that way all the time." As Aurora snuggled into Mia's embrace, she felt a profound sense of peace wash over her. For the first time in her life, all the pieces of who she was had come together. She was Aurora, a woman, a friend, a partner, and she was finally free to live as her authentic self. "Thank you for helping make this night possible," Aurora murmured, her eyes growing heavy with exhaustion. "I couldn't have done it without you." "You did all the hard work," Mia replied softly. "I'm just honored to be by your side for this journey." As Aurora drifted off to sleep, still wearing her purple dress and smudged makeup, she knew that this was just the beginning. There would be challenges ahead as she continued her transition, but she faced the future with hope and excitement, with supportive friends and a loving partner by her side. Aurora was ready to embrace her true self and live life to the fullest. The coming days and weeks brought a whirlwind of changes for Aurora. She began the process of legally changing her name and gender marker on official documents. Each small step, updating her driver's license, informing her employer, choosing new pronouns, felt like a victory. Mia remained a constant source of support, accompanying Aurora to doctor's appointments and helping her navigate the sometimes overwhelming process of transitioning. Together, they researched hormone therapy options and discussed the potential physical changes Aurora could expect. Aurora's first appointment with an endocrinologist was a mix of nerves and excitement. As she sat in the sterile exam room, clutching Mia's hand, her heart raced with anticipation. The doctor was kind and patient, carefully explaining the effects of estrogen and anti-androgens. She answered Aurora's many questions thoroughly, never rushing or dismissing her concerns. "Are you ready to begin hormone therapy?" the doctor asked after they had discussed all the options. Aurora took a deep breath, squeezing Mia's hand. "Yes," she said firmly. "I'm ready." As she left the clinic with her first prescription, Aurora felt a profound sense of rightness. This was the path she was meant to be on. The physical changes from hormone therapy were gradual, but Aurora cataloged each one with joy. Her skin softened, body hair thinned, and curves began to develop in new places. She delighted in shopping for bras with Mia, giggling like teenagers in the dressing room. Of course, the journey wasn't always smooth. Aurora struggled with dysphoria on some days, frustrated by the slowness of change. She faced uncomfortable stares and whispers when her appearance was in that in-between stage where she didn't quite pass as female. But through it all, her support system remained strong. Her friends rallied around her, fiercely protective when strangers were rude. Mia held her on the difficult days, reminding Aurora of how far she'd come and how proud she was of her courage. 6 months after beginning her transition,
Aurora decided it was time to come out publicly on social media. She agonized over the wording of her post, wanting to explain her journey clearly, while setting boundaries for privacy. Finally, with Mia by her side for moral support, she hit post on a heartfelt message, explaining her transition and new identity. Then she set her phone aside, too nervous to watch the responses roll in. "Whatever happens, I'm proud of you," Mia said, pulling Aurora close. "This is a huge step." To Aurora's immense relief, the reaction was overwhelmingly positive. Old friends and acquaintances flooded her inbox with messages of support and love. There were a few confused comments and the occasional bit of negativity, but those were far outweighed by the affirmation. As Aurora read through the supportive messages with tears in her eyes, she felt a weight lift from her shoulders. She was out, she was herself, and she was accepted. "I can't believe how lucky I am," she murmured to Mia, "to have so many people in my corner." Mia kissed her softly. "You inspire people with your authenticity and courage. Of course they want to support you." The year anniversary of Aurora's first night out as herself arrived before she knew it. To celebrate, her friends insisted on recreating that pivotal evening, dinner, karaoke, and all. As Aurora got ready for the night out, she marveled at how much had changed in a year. Her body had softened and curved in feminine ways. Her voice had a musical lilt from months of practice and vocal training. Most importantly, the woman in the mirror finally matched the person she'd always been inside. She slipped on the purple dress from that first night, altered slightly to fit her new shape, and smiled at her reflection. A year ago, she'd been terrified and unsure. Now she stood tall and confident, ready to take on the world as her authentic self. Mia appeared in the doorway, looking stunning in a sleek black dress. "Ready to go, beautiful?" Aurora took her hand, heart swelling with love and gratitude for this amazing woman who had been by her side through it all. "Ready," she replied with a brilliant smile. "Let's go celebrate how far we've come." As they headed out into the night, Aurora felt a profound sense of peace and rightness. The journey wasn't over. Transition was an ongoing process with its ups and downs, but she faced the future with hope, surrounded by love and finally free to be her true self. The cool evening air kissed Aurora's skin as she and Mia strolled hand in hand to the restaurant where their friends waited. The same patio table had been reserved, a touch of nostalgia that brought a smile to Aurora's face. As they approached, a cheer went up from the gathered group. Aurora was enveloped in hugs, her friends exclaiming over how amazing she looked. "I can't believe it's been a whole year," Jess said, squeezing Aurora's hand. "You've come so far. We're so proud of you," Tara added, raising her glass in a toast. To Aurora and to authenticity. The rest of the group echoed the sentiment, clinking glasses as Aurora blinked back happy tears. She looked around at the smiling faces of her chosen family, overwhelmed with gratitude. "Thank you all," she said, voice thick with emotion. "I couldn't have done this without your love and support. You've been there for me through every step of this journey." As they settled in to eat, the conversation flowed easily. Aurora found herself reflecting on how much more comfortable she felt in her own skin compared to a year ago. Gone was the nervous, self-conscious energy of that first night out. In its place was a quiet confidence, a sense of finally being at home in her body and identity. After dinner, the group made their way to the familiar karaoke bar. This time, Aurora didn't hesitate when her friends urged her to take the stage. She chose True Colors, a song that had become something of an anthem for her over the past year. As she sang, pouring her heart into the lyrics, Aurora locked eyes with Mia in the audience. Her girlfriend's face shone with pride and love, spurring Aurora to hit the high notes with passion. When the song ended, the bar erupted in applause. Aurora's friends rushed to the stage, enveloping her in a group hug. "That was incredible," Jess exclaimed. "You've got some pipes, girl." Aurora laughed, flushed with exertion and joy. "Thanks, a year of voice training will do that." As the night wore on, filled with more singing, dancing, and laughter, Aurora found herself overcome with a sense of belonging. This was her life now, surrounded by people who loved her for exactly who she was, free to express herself without fear or hesitation. In a quiet moment, Mia pulled her aside, eyes shining with emotion. "I am so incredibly proud of you," she said softly. "Watching you blossom into your true self this past year has been the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." Aurora's heart swelled. "I couldn't have done it without you," she replied, voice thick. "Your love and support have meant everything." Mia cupped Aurora's face gently. You did all the hard work. I'm just honored to be by your side." As their lips met in a tender kiss, Aurora felt a sense of rightness settle over her. This was where she belonged, living authentically, surrounded by love.
Thanks for watching. The rest won't be viewable on YouTube, so check out Patreon if you want more. I hope you have a wonderful day, my cutie.